about this tough economy all morning long, and businesses everywhere are struggling. So are individuals. So here with some great advice is Erik Darmstetter. He's a successful entrepreneur with his business growing to $1 million in just 6 years. Erik, thanks for being with us today.
Pleasure.
And you heard the words from some of our students, and it's not only students worried about getting jobs out of college, it's folks that have lost their jobs and they've been working for years, and you're saying it's not a bad idea and it's not a horrible time to start maybe thinking about doing your own thing.
Absolutely. And I feel like I've always felt that way, but I'm somewhat of a serial entrepreneur, and I laugh because I feel like I'm not employable. Y'all got me up very early this morning to be here.
Which we thank you very much for being here.
But I think I also feel like that it's in the times like this, it's also a great time to be an entrepreneur because you can be unique. And I feel like if you aren't unique, you better be cheap. So in other words, if you don't have a dramatic difference, if you don't have something that is a true benefit to people, that's when you need to be very inexpensive, very low priced, very much a commodity type business.
And speaking of prices and money, I think most people, when they think about starting their own business, they think it's just so expensive. There's no way I could afford to start my own business. And you're saying that's not true. No,
and in fact, my nephew spent some time with me this summer working at my company, and he was saying, someday I hope I can get a big loan or a venture capitalist to start a business. I said, why? What do you need that for? The most I've ever invested in a brand new business was $5,000. This is my 9th company in too many years. And the point is, it's one of those things that the most I ever spent was $5,000. You could start a company today with less than $1,000.
That's incredible. And one of the things you were telling me earlier before the show, where I was saying, what are some of those things people can do that have nothing right now? And tell me what we were talking about.
Well, I thought about it on the way here. A big commodity business is lawn mowing. Okay,
especially here with all the land in Texas.
Sure, and you've got, they charge $50 for a small lawn, not a big deal. It takes 20 minutes to mow it. That's $150 an hour. Okay, so what if you go to Lowe's right now, buy a $300 mower and a $50, $80 weed eater? You don't have to go buy a $40,000 pickup. You don't have to buy the trailer that pulls all the lawn mowing equipment, and you don't have to have a bunch of employees. But you can go undercut my lawn guy, make it $35, and actually mow under the toys instead of around them.
See, I think that's a great, can we get a round of applause for that? Because it's simple ideas like that people are at home devastated over losing their job, and they don't even think of things like this, but all you're saying, it takes a little creativity and motivation.
Now it's the time to be creative. More than any other time. It was easy last summer. It was easier to make money than it is today, but it's just going to require the American spirit of being creative. And it's going to force the people that do have good ideas or are creative to share those with other people and realize it's not about you. It's about what you can do for other people.
Absolutely.
Now, my inspiration 10 years ago, one of the biggest benefits in stimulus for my brain, I joined Entrepreneurs Organization, worldwide organization. Here in San Antonio, we have about 59, 60 members, a great group of people, and they're pushing me all the time to be better, okay? But not only to be better and make more, do this, but we raised $60,000 last weekend for Boys and Girls Clubs.
Wow,
so it's not
fantastic.
about me. It's about what I can do. And so that's the inspiration for me and I really look at it as like, this is the new normal. It's not going to be, I don't feel like it's a year. I feel like the people that are creative, the people that have great ideas are going to rise.
Absolutely, and you certainly have risen, my friend. You're so successful at what you do. What are some things you would advise someone that has maybe had some stuff in the works for their own company? What are some things you should say that they should do? Because you were saying having something to benefit people and using numbers. Tell us some more of those things.
Well, I believe in my company practices, it's no longer the 30-second elevator pitch, even in dating, okay?
Yes.
But it's got to be 10 seconds. I've got to intrigue you and get you to ask me questions in 10 seconds. So for me, we dramatically increase sales for companies and organizations. Everybody asks, tell me more, how do you do that? So if you don't, if I can give you 10 seconds, and if I don't pique your interest, you're done. Why? Clutter in your life, clutter in your world. You're looking at blogs, you're looking at your BlackBerry, your iPhone, phone calls, whatever else. So you've got to get that message of what benefit you're going to offer people across. The other thing is, don't be afraid to fail. Fail fast and fail cheap.
I love that you say that.
How fast can you move on to the next thing? Because failure is going to happen.
It's a huge part of the business world in general.
And I threw a pity party for myself in January. I had about 2 weeks of feeling down about the economy. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Revenue, payroll, whatever else. But guess what? That 2 weeks of pity party, how'd that work for me? Didn't work. So you got to change, you got to modify, you got to move to what's next.
Well, you don't accomplish anything by having a pity party. You accomplish by getting out there and being successful. So thank you so much for your tips this morning.
Thank you.
And if you want some more tips on starting a business, you can visit salesby5.com/GDSA. Of course, we will have this for you at kens5.com. And later in the show, if you've started a business that went bust, now you're in debt, help is on the way when we get back.